If you're not listening to Pubcast, the terrorists are winning. That's what Jay Moore says.
Welcome to the Pubcast. Sit down and enjoy a pint.
Welcome to the 11th episode of the Pubcast. Allison and Eric join me to break down this highly rewatchable Christmas classic from 2003. Just like National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation or A Christmas Story, Elf is on TV basically every day from Thanksgiving to Christmas. And while they're both huge stars now, this was Jon Favreau's big break as a director and Will Farrell's first starring role in a movie. In this episode, you'll hear us put together some actually pretty good options for recasting Elf with today's actors. And when we get to the memorable quotes, we're basically reading the script for the movie because everything Will Farrell says is quotable. So make your way through the candy cane forest and the sea of swirly twirly gumdrops as we break down Elf.
No human being has ever set foot in Santa's workshop. That is, until Buddy.
I hear you're going on a journey to the big city.
Can't wait to see my dad.
This might be the opportunity to find out who you really are.
Bye, buddy. Hope you find your dad.
Thanks, Mr. Narwhal. Papa says New York is pretty different. Sorry! Oh, looks like a Christmas tree. Sorry I can't ride with you the rest of the way up. Well, have a good time. Oh, I forgot to give you a hug. Dad!
You look like you came from the North Pole.
That's exactly where I came from.
You have another son. You like sugar, huh?
Is there sugar and syrup?
Yes.
Then yes.
We can't leave him alone here. He's going to destroy the place.
Son of a nutcracker!
These guys are bad news.
Snowball.
Where did you say you were from?
Fruit spray? Wow.
Tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., Santa's coming to town.
Santa! Oh my God! Santa here? I know him. I know him.
Elf 2003, the no-nonsense plot.
I can't wait for this.
The plot? Wow.
I just want to know what the no-nonsense description of this movie could be.
Because it's all nonsense.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Raised as an oversized elf, Buddy travels from the North Pole to New York City to meet his biological father, Walter Hobbs, who doesn't know he exists and is in desperate need of some Christmas spirit.
Oh.
That's exactly what you'd think it would be.
All right.
Overall reaction, if you know where you saw it, all that sort of stuff.
I think we saw it in the theater. I
have
can't
no
quite remember.
recollection of that.
I've seen this movie so many times that honestly I can't remember. It's hard to remember a time where I didn't know this movie.
Yeah, I have no clue when it was the first time I saw it either. I know it wasn't in the theater.
It wasn't?
It was not. It was a couple of years later.
I'm betting ours wasn't either.
Yeah.
We had Liam was a year old. I bet we didn't get out.
I think it was like Susan loved it and brought the DVD home one Christmas, and that was the first time I saw it.
But the first time you see it, you know it's an instant classic.
Yeah.
You know
Absolutely.
this will be on every single year.
Absolutely.
And it kicks off and takes on the Christmas Story treatment of 24 Hours on TNT or wherever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're doing it like, it was like either this weekend or next weekend, they're already doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a month of this insanity.
Yes.
Yeah. It was being played in July. Like in the, the 6 months before Christmas kind of thing, or late June or July. Like I remember it playing. I'm like, oh my God, it's already starting.
Is this a year-round movie?
I mean,
I do know people that think it is.
I think it is.
Really?
Yeah.
They'll watch it any time of year.
Yeah. They'll just be like, oh, yeah, I want to watch Elf. And
No, I mean...
I can't imagine throwing this on, like, in May.
No. It's a rewatchable movie multiple times during the holiday season.
Yeah.
Anytime from I'll allow after Halloween, starting November 1st through January 15th. That is the window in which Elf can be viewed, and you are not a psychopath. Anything outside of that,
there's a lot of psychopaths
I know
out
there are. I know, but come on now. It's about as Christmassy as you can get. Save it, make it special.
Yeah, well, definitely. I mean, that's how you should do it. What did you think when you saw the trailers? What did you think of, like, did this come through in the trailers, or when you first saw it? How cheesy it definitely gets, but it knows it. It's on purpose, of course. All the references to the old Christmas stuff from when we were kids.
It's very Rudolph and Frosty the Snowman.
And also the casting of, like, James Caan out of nowhere.
Right.
What was your thoughts on all of that? Because the James Caan thing, the first time I see him, I'm like, what is he? Why is he in this movie?
The Leon the Snowman is the Burl Ives Snowman. Like, there were so many things that were nods to those things, that those Christmas specials that, of course, we all loved. Yeah. And it was so well done. And, of course, Will Farrell was, like, hot off of SNL, and, like, it was such a big
This was
deal.
His first, like, starring role in a
correct.
movie. Like, not a cameo or whatever.
Yes, but he was coming out of SNL.
Yeah.
Like, Old School was a big hit for him, but he wasn't the lead.
Right.
Old School was before this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, right. Well, Frank the Tank.
Frank the Tank stole the show, but he wasn't technically the lead.
Yeah. He was good, but this movie, it's sort of...
So the other thing that's so interesting now to look back at it is Jon Favreau directed this movie. Like, he has done some really cool things, and this was very early in his directing, if I recall.
His first big one, I think, like real big one.
Because Iron Man was after.
Well after, yeah.
Like, this kind of got him Iron Man in a way.
He made a different movie in between, though, Zathura. I don't know if either one of you ever seen.
Zathura.
Yeah, it was another adaptation of a book by the same guy that wrote made Jumanji.
It's a Jumanji.
So it's Jumanji in space.
Yeah.
So there's a lot more, like, special effects and stuff.
How did they roll the dice?
I'm not going to get into it. Yeah,
that's hilarious.
Yeah, but yeah, it was the same thing. Like, their house gets tore up, but instead of by jungle animals, it's outer space, aliens in outer space.
Interesting. Okay.
Did he direct that movie Made? Do you know that?
He did. I think that was the first movie that he ever directed.
Yeah. Made, him and Vince Vaughn.
Right.
Swingers was his.
He did direct.
Wait, he directed Swingers?
I know. Doug Liman directed Swingers.
Oh,
okay. He wrote it.
Right.
Okay.
So
that's
he'd been swimming around this sort of thing for a while.
Yeah.
He just, this was arguably his big one besides Zathura.
Right.
Yeah.
Zathura came after. But I mean,
I don't know that I've ever.
It's a
heard
Jumanji
of it, but,
spinoff, essentially.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give or take. I mean, Favreau.
But he's kind of he is in so many different genres, it feels like. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, after this movie, his career goes crazy.
Yeah.
And Iron Man hits, and then he's all over the place.
Yeah.
He's Mr. Disney.
Well, yes. And doing, like, the way that they did some of the effects of this movie was very cool, too. You know, a lot of the forced perspective and all of that. It had such a unique look to it, too, that it felt real. Like, it had that stop motion animation feeling almost.
Yeah.
When there was no stop motion animation. Like, it had kind of this almost like a flat set almost, and then, like, the characters were all that sort of
CG was largely hidden,
yeah,
and all that sort of practical in-camera stuff. But he was influenced and trying to harken back to those movies when we were kids, from the 70s.
But I remember kind of looking at it, like thinking it kind of looked cool.
Yeah.
The way that it was done. You couldn't quite figure out, like, was that CG or how did they really do all of it? And it
fucking
was neat.
snowman.
Yeah.
Like a sort of a hipster Burl Ives almost.
Yes.
Box office performance. So I thought this was interesting. I don't think we've done 2003 before.
I mean, it's right on the cusp of a movie that we can do here at 20 years.
Yeah, we did Casino Royale. That was 2006,
5 or 6.
Yeah. We've hinted on a few other ones, but have waited. Right. So yeah, this is one of the newest ones we've done, or newer ones we've done. So the top 10 in 2003.
Okay.
Number 1, Finding Nemo.
Oh, yeah.
339 million.
Man.
When that was...
It was so huge.
Yeah.
That was everywhere.
It was so huge.
339, that was when that was a big number.
Yeah. Pirates of the...
I mean, there are many
is.
movies now that wish that they could get 339 million.
Kill to do that, but...
Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl. Whichever one that was, I don't know.
That is the first one.
It is?
Yeah. Curse of the Black Pearl is the first one.
There you go. 305 million. That's a hell of a opening for the first one. The Matrix Reloaded, 281 million. Mm-hmm. Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, 249 million.
I like that movie a lot. I like that. That's my favorite.
The last one,
3.
yeah. Bruce Almighty, number 5, with 242 million.
Wow.
Look, Return of the King barely beats Bruce Almighty.
I know.
Wow.
X-Men 2, 214 million.
Okay.
Then Elf at number 7, 167 million. Chicago, 167 million. Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines, 150. And Bad Boys 2, 138 million.
Wow.
So
Rise of the Machines is 20 years ago?
The third one, yeah.
Yeah, that's about right.
I would have thought that was older.
I'm surprised Bad Boys 2 was in there.
Yeah. I thought that was in the 90s.
In the 90s, yeah.
All right.
The whole thing. So there are some other notable ones outside the top 10.
Okay.
So we said The Matrix Reloaded was number 3. Number 11, The Matrix Revolutions with 138 million.
Is that in the same year?
Yeah.
They were shot simultaneously and released 6 months apart.
Revolutions is November 5th. Reloaded is May 15th.
Got it.
That's crazy. Anger Management, The Hulk, Too Fast, Too Furious. Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers was number 16 and 121 million.
See, that's weird. I think of those movies as being more universally, like, I felt like everybody was seeing those.
So that must be a re-release.
Or is it a split year?
It says,
I could see split year.
Yeah, it must be.
Because they were December. They came out in December.
Have December release dates. This can't be true. So forget that one. Seabiscuit, Spy Kids 3.
I don't know why I laughed at Seabiscuit.
I know.
I guess it's because you called it out, which is so super weird.
I know.
Okay.
Well, Freaky Friday.
Wow.
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Oh boy.
105 million. American Wedding. 104.
Oh, good God.
Yeah. Catch Me If You Can. 102. But that came out Christmas, so you're only getting a small sample size. Charlie's Angels Full Throttle with 100 million.
All right.
And then there's a bunch of other nonsense. But The School of Rock.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
79 million.
That's it.
So place number 35. Old School. 75 million.
Huh.
Came out in February. Kill Bill Volume 1 came out in October. 69 million.
Huh.
I don't know if they might have carried that through till January. I don't know. So, kind of an okay year. I mean, there's some behemoths, but
All right.
Whatever. The budget was $33 million. So they spent $33 to make it, and then it made $167. Pretty good return on investment right there.
That's a win.
Rotten Tomatoes score. Let's do the audience first. For Elf on a Shelf.
Will this be is it an all-time score? Like, does it ever...
As usual, we don't go that far into the details.
I'm just trying to think. Like, I feel like it probably became more popular the longer it was out.
As a standing rule on this podcast, whenever you want like detailed, accurate information, we don't have it. So,
all right. Audience score, I'm going to say 94.
94 for the audience. Eric.
I'm going to go 90.
Rotten Tomatoes audience score for Old School, for Elf, 79.
What?
I know. That's
that's
shocking.
why I was asking the question. Like, I could see some people not getting it at first.
I know. That's crazy.
It is crazy.
It's
79.
Crazy, for the audience, it's a crazy number.
Okay.
What do you think about the critics?
I think they are going to appreciate the artistic nature of it and some of the writing. I'm going to say 88.
What do you think, Eric?
I don't know. I have a feeling that the critics would be a little bit more cynical, and I'm going to go closer to like with the audience score. I'm going to say 80.
So the audience gave it a 79. Critics gave it an 85.
85.
Again,
so critics liked it more.
Critics like it more. I don't know how an audience member goes into this movie after seeing those trailers and says, not great. Didn't live up to my expectations.
Yeah,
It's Elf.
I know.
With Will Farrell.
I know.
You got Elf with Will Farrell. That's what you saw and you wanted and you got. I don't get it. The audience, bunch of nut jobs.
Yes, that is very strange.
Okay, let's dive straight into trivia.
Whoa, okay.
Unless we have something else you want to add.
Nope, let's do it.
This is kind of a straightforward one, I think. I was going to throw in a couple of curveballs and some other nonsense, but let's just do it. Several minor traffic accidents occurred when Will Farrell walked through Lincoln Tunnel in his costume because people were so surprised and distracted seeing him wearing the elf outfit.
Did they know it was him? Or just they saw a giant elf walking around?
I think it's the costume more than it is the person.
Right, that's what I mean.
Yeah, that's insane.
Because how tall is he? Like 6'3" or something?
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah, and because unless the traffic in the tunnel was moving really slow, which is a possibility, would you even see that it's him?
Right.
Yeah.
But then if it's moving that slow,
right.
I guess that would be why it's
Little
minor
fender benders and
accidents.
stuff. Yeah. Like, holy crap, look at that idiot.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, it's Will Farrell.
Yeah.
You know. The scene when Buddy eats different candies and the pastries with the spaghetti noodles had to be shot twice because Will Farrell vomited the first time.
Oh.
Makes sense?
Yeah.
Yikes.
I think we all understand.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I think you saw part of this in some of the behind the scenes or extra scenes, deleted scenes. There was an elf hockey scene that was cut.
Yeah.
But you can watch it on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know what's on YouTube, but there was a deleted scene as an extra on the digital copy.
It looked like there was a lot of
like
deleted
a
scenes.
30.
Like they did a lot of elf shenanigans that they cut out.
Yeah, it's Buddy checking everybody into the into the bleachers.
Yeah.
And a giant slap shot at the end.
This is one of my favorite ones here. Wanda Sykes was originally slated to play the Gimbals manager, but backed out at the last minute. She's replaced by Faison Love, who insisted on still wearing the name tag that says Wanda.
Amazing. It's interesting that it was her original name. Like, it kept the same name. All right.
I would have loved to have seen her play that part.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. Although he is awesome.
He does a very good job.
Love him. I mean, that's one of my memorable scenes. Like, I laugh every single time.
I remember seeing him in a bunch of commercials and stuff, and then all of a sudden, like, oh, that's that guy. And then he was awesome in this movie. Yeah.
He's
good. I know. I remember him. He was in The Replacements, which Jon Favreau was also in.
Right. Yeah.
So maybe that's where. Yeah.
Faison Love. Awesome. This one is widely known, but the elf Ming Ming, who appears briefly in the beginning of the film, is played by Peter Billingsley, who starred as Ralphie Parker in the classic film A Christmas Story.
Yes.
All of the elves, apparently, except Buddy and Papa, have names that are double names. Ming Ming, Choo Choo.
Right.
Whatever.
Choo Choo.
The apartment in which Buddy's dad lives is the same apartment building from the exterior in which Dana Barrett lived in Ghostbusters.
I had that.
That's a great one.
Yeah, that's good.
Mary Steenburgen, who plays Emily, Buddy's stepmother, and Michael's mom, also plays Will Farrell's mother in Step Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
This is interesting, too. When she first meets Buddy, Jovi asks, "Did Crumpet put you up to this?" Crumpet was David Sedaris' character's name when he worked as a Macy's elf.
Oh.
And Amy Sedaris, his sister, is in this movie as Walter's
yeah. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. All right.
So it's not overtly... There's no evidence that is what it is, but that's probably what it is.
Yeah. I have a couple.
Yeah, go ahead.
I probably could have checked this to make sure it's correct, but I think I saw that Jon Favreau voices the narwhal, which I love.
Narwhal is
one of the
buddy. Sneakiest, best
Hope you find your dad.
Yeah, I think I also read that he did the voice of the narwhal, but he also, so when James Caan receives the lingerie in the box and he opens the card and there's the picture of Buddy drawn inside the card, Jon Favreau drew that picture.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's good. The other thing that I kind of liked was that the Jack in the Box, when Buddy is doing the testing, was controlled via remote control.
Yeah.
So he never knew when it was actually going to go off. So all of his surprise looks were because he didn't know when it was actually going to happen.
Yeah.
So it surprised him every time, which I really liked.
That's always good.
And there are two separate sort of references in some way to Lord of the Rings. One was something about the Throne of Lies, so I think that had to do with the the guy that was sitting on
the guy who's possessed.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
And then the other is that the Central Park Rangers were modeled after the ring wraiths in Lord of the Rings, which you look at that now and you're like, oh my god, that's totally what they are.
I read something different.
Oh, did you?
That they are, maybe visually they are, but they're supposed to sort of represent the four horsemen of the apocalypse.
Oh,
I read both of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which are, both of them are equally valid. Yeah. Yeah. That's good. The Christmas tree being too big for the living room is a nod to National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Of course.
Yeah. I do like the scraping on the ceiling part.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that thing being forced in there. Oh.
Because that's exactly how two kids would do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Buddy running and jumping into it.
It's
perfect.
It's such a good element with the kid in the foreground, like
Will Farrell walking out of frame and the stuntman running into frame.
Yep. It's so good. What do they call that? There's like a specific
the Texas
name.
Switch?
Yes.
Yeah. When Buddy is walking and talking with Leon, the snowman,
Right.
Buddy leaves no footprints in the snow, while the path is made by Leon scooting across the snow. So, like the elf in Lord of the Rings, he doesn't leave any.
A Legolas reference?
Legolas.
Oh my God, that better be a third.
No.
That better be a third. I love it.
No. This is not really a trivia thing, but I found it weird that I'm like, oh, that's you don't see this very much. The real Gimbals went out of business in 1996, but they hold this thing at Gimbals in 2003.
Yeah,
that was weird. Like, why not just use use Macy's?
Anybody want to go to Gimbals?
Yeah. That was weird.
I wonder if it had to do with not having to pay for the rights to use the name.
Yeah, but yes, probably. But you think there's like a sponsorship possibility, or like
Who
product
knows?
placement or
well,
name.
maybe they didn't want it to be connected to anything.
There's some sort of corporate stuff behind it.
Or even just like the nostalgia of having the old
Yeah. Well, yeah.
call back to those era of those,
Right.
like Miracle on 34th Street.
Yeah,
and
that's good.
That's true. That's a good one. Anything else? Otherwise, I've got a couple of casting things.
I didn't have any other trivia that necessarily stood out. I mean, there was actually a lot of behind the scenes and different things, but I didn't kind of read through all of it.
Well, even looking up the trivia that's published out there, like, it's not a lot of super interesting stuff. It's a lot of, like, boring things.
Yeah, all the stuff I read, like 10 different things about using forced perspective like they did in Lord of the Rings. It was just the same thing over and over again.
Right. Yeah. Like, we got it. They did stuff in camera. Congrats.
Wow. They were proud of it.
It worked great. So casting issues. Like, who is almost cast, etc.
So
I
Wanda
really
Sykes.
only have a couple that I think are for real.
Okay.
The other ones are very loosely, I don't put a lot of stock in these.
Okay.
Wanda Sykes is the Gimbals manager. I think that's legit.
Okay.
Buddy the Elf. The script was written in 1993.
Really?
So, originally the script,
10 years.
The two names I saw connected with it when it was written was either Jim Carrey or Chris Farley as Buddy the Elf.
I mean, Chris Farley would be pretty funny.
It would have been a very different movie, but it would have been funny.
Yeah.
And Jim
Carrey would have been great.
Yeah, Jim Carrey in '93, that was right before Ace Ventura. So if it was
was it? Yeah.
A couple years later, if it was like 96, 97, they were trying to cast it.
So this is the first script. It went through other iterations. Who knows what was in it? But yeah, so those are the two names I saw.
I mean, there would have been a lot more of the physical comedy with Chris Farley, right? I don't know about Jim Carrey. I mean, I like him in certain things.
You can imagine half the movie is Farley being too big for stuff in the North Pole.
Of course.
So then here's all the other ones that I saw that are spurious at best. Jovi, the only name I saw was Katie Holmes as a possibility.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
Okay. What was her name in Dawson's Creek?
I've never watched any of Dawson's Creek. I have no idea.
Really? Wow.
I know she's
Joey
in Batman.
Joey.
All right.
Yeah, 2003. That would have been. Was that at the peak of Dawson's Creek? Would that have been?
It's got to be around there.
Might have been towards the end of the series. I think that was a 90s show.
Walter. The only name I saw was Gary Shandling. I kind of want to see that movie.
That'd have been fun.
That would have been pretty good.
That'd have been fun.
That would have been pretty good. Oh my god.
Gary Shandling as Buddy's dad.
Oh my god. That's it. I mean, there is a Favreau connection, right, with Iron Man.
Yeah,
there must have
later
been
on.
something
Yeah,
there. Yeah.
later.
Yeah. This one I don't really get. It's fine, but Miles Finch, Brendan Fraser.
What?
Yeah.
That's a different character.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, fine.
They
but
would have had to manufacture some of the reason to
I wonder what that script is.
get upset.
It
Yeah.
could have been any actor you just throw in there, right? I don't know. I mean, fine. Here's one.
Maybe it would have been like the Hugh Grant as an Oompa Loompa kind of.
I hope not. I don't think they're going to.
Forced perspective Brendan Fraser as an elf.
That's quite a thing.
It's a little person.
Yeah. Santa has some interesting ones. First one, Steve Buscemi. I love that. I don't know how that works, but I like it.
That's he would be cast as Santa in a Adam Sandler movie.
Or a Portlandia sketch.
Yeah.
John Rhys Davies. Sala from
yeah, interesting.
Indiana Jones or the
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings again. We come back to that. Gary Marshall, which is interesting. I don't know
As
how
Santa?
he did it. As Santa.
A Jewish Santa?
Well, I mean, Caan and who else is Jewish in this movie? Papa Elf.
Oh
no, Ed Asner.
Ed Asner's Jewish?
I think Ed Asner is. One of the two old guys. It's either Ed Asner or it's Papa Elf.
Bob Newhart.
Bob Newhart. Maybe it's Bob Newhart and Caan. Either way.
Caan. I knew James Caan was, yeah.
Two of our crew was already Jewish, so make Santa Jewish. What the hell? And then the last one I saw was James Garner for Santa.
Sure.
Whatever.
Right.
Okay.
I do like the John Rhys Davies. I like the idea that Elf is somehow in the Lord of the Rings universe. Like it lives.
Yeah.
Like an offshoot of
absolutely.
it. All right. We are already here. We are flying through this one.
Let's do it.
It's a recasting debate. It is time to recasturbate.
Better close the door. It's time to recasturbate.
I am
gonna have this situation.
Yeah. I got problems.
So our main ones are Buddy, Jovi. I guess we go Walter and Emily. I don't know how. It's really Buddy, Jovi, and Walter are the big three.
Papa Elf.
I've got a Santa and I've got a Papa Elf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of extras.
Yeah.
I got some. One of my extras I love. That's where I feel the strongest.
I like my Papa Elf and pretty much nothing else.
All right.
Interesting. Should we start with Buddy?
Sure. This was my hardest one. I struggled here.
Yeah. There's no real reason why Will Farrell still could not just step into this role again.
Yeah.
And play it now.
Yeah.
That's why doing these recent movies is tricky, because the recasting is almost impossible.
Yeah.
I will do mine. I have 4. I have 3, and then I have a 4th bullet. I am playing fast and loose with all ages throughout this whole thing.
See, I tried.
I'm kind of close
with it because I've been criticized for going outside it, so I really tried to stay, and that's why I struggled. Otherwise, if I could have maybe done a bit better.
I'm only playing with it with regards to Buddy's age versus his father Walter.
Okay.
I'm doing a Harrison Ford, Sean Connery father-son situation where they're only 11 years difference.
Okay. I see. Gotcha.
I'll do my 4th, which is not a real selection, but I like it anyway. Jack McBrayer from 30 Rock.
I totally almost put him down, but I thought he would have been too old.
He is definitely too old.
That's funny.
Yeah.
He should be in his 30s, and he's 52 or something.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah. So my real number 3 is Mikey Day.
Yep.
From SNL.
Yep. He's on mine.
My real number 2, too old, is Andy Samberg.
Yep.
I would like Andy Samberg like when he was on SNL.
Yeah.
Would be much
Correct.
better. And my number 1, again, better if he's on SNL, but would be Bill Hader.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought about him too.
Yeah. I think I mean, all the stuff Will Farrell does in this movie, I think Bill Hader
Wow.
can nail.
Okay.
Allison, go ahead.
All right. This was the character I struggled with the most. Because it's trying to find somebody that's going to come with the energy that really doesn't, like, can turn it up to 11, doesn't quite care about how people perceive them in some way.
It's
so
the wild...
It's an attitude.
The wide-eyed innocence being funny. Yeah,
right.
That's hard.
So I've got Charlie Day.
Yeah. That would be a good one, actually.
Yeah. I did consider him, yeah.
He's a little old, but I kind of like that.
All right.
This would be a slightly more snarky, but also if you think about characters this person has played, it would be great, is Bowen Yang from SNL.
Yeah, I thought about him. I thought about him too, yeah.
And then I've got a gender swap, is Sarah Sherman.
Oh. I like it. Oh. She's so different than this
I know, but we're doing it today, and so you get kind of a quirky twist to it. So that's where I am. That's what I got.
All right. What do you think, Eric?
All right, also, this was the one I struggled with the most, because like I said, Will Farrell could still play this today, and how do you...
Thing.
Yeah.
I did write down Andy Samberg.
Yep.
But the one that I think the one that I would go with, it's a little bit different, but getting into like the innocent sort of mannish boy, Michael Cera.
Oh, that's actually pretty good.
That's a really good one.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
He wouldn't be nearly as high energy. He could maybe turn it up, but it'd be different. But
it would be a different.
Super bad Michael Cera would be fantastic.
Yeah.
Or Lego Batman Robin.
Yeah.
Michael Cera.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just imagine twizzling on the ground like that. And knowing that he had nothing to do with that animation, but yes, that energy of it. Yeah.
All right.
That's actually pretty
good. Al, give us your Jovi.
All right.
Which I have problems with this character's first name, Jovi.
Jovial.
It's super unmemorable or non-memorable. Oh, I got it, but no one ever says jovial.
I know. So was that her elf name?
I don't know.
That's what I was trying to figure out.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. I only have 2. I've got Chloe Fineman.
I thought so too. Yeah.
And then the other I have, and she is more by look than by. Well, no, she'd probably because Zooey Deschanel is very like a straight character in this. I've got Julia Garner.
Who's Julia Garner?
Ozark. She has blonde curly hair.
Yeah. We should just replace Zooey Deschanel with her sister, the other Deschanel.
Emily,
there you
go. Bones.
That's right. Eric, give us a Jovi.
Okay. I was thinking along the lines of still having the singing part of the character.
I did too, included. A little bit.
I have Anna Kendrick.
Oh, that's actually good.
I like that one.
I like that a lot.
That's a good one.
And then the other one that I thought of maybe Rachel Zeller, who's like from West Side Story and
Oh yeah.
the new Hunger Games and
Yeah, that's good. That's good. So my backup also takes into account, almost accidentally, the singing part. I'm gonna go with Haley Steinfeld.
Oh.
Okay.
And
That's good.
looking her up, I just stumbled upon the fact that she's a singer as well.
Yeah.
I had no idea. So I'm like, oh great, she can sing, even better. And then
You
the
guys
one I
both
went
to Pitch Perfect.
Yeah, right. The one I went with is more for type than anything else, and I went with Saoirse Ronan.
Oh.
I did think about her too. Yeah.
That's actually pretty good.
Yeah, I think
I like Anna Kendrick the best.
Yeah. Where's she been lately? I feel like she's disappeared in the past.
Well, she was out there
6
a lot,
years.
so I think she was right to.
Yeah, she pulled it back.
Yeah.
Pump the brakes a little bit.
Okay. Eric, give us a Walter.
Actually, this was one that I think I did okay on.
Yeah.
I was able to come up with a few names that I liked.
Yep.
Trying to match intensity with Jimmy Caan.
Right.
Nicolas Cage.
Ah, damn it. Yeah.
That's good.
Bill Burr.
Oh.
Someone who could get angry.
Yeah.
And not want to deal with the shenanigans of
God.
Buddy.
Yep.
That's a great point.
Another one who could just be kind of scary, Michael Fassbender.
Oh.
Holy shit.
Wow.
He dials up the intensity, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Holy
oh my God.
shit.
That's good. That's good. All right.
I like the Bill Burr one. I've got 3. Number 3, we're going to dial into, we're going to use Jon Favreau's Rolodex and go to Vince Vaughn.
Oh, that's good.
I'm going to do an older Vince Vaughn as the cranky guy, which he can play pretty easily.
He's going to be sarcastic on him, not angry.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's doing a Vince Vaughn.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I'm going to dial up. I'm going to replace Caan from The Godfather with Andy Garcia from The Godfather 3.
All right.
So I'm doing that as my number 2. My number 1, age-wise, he fits. He's almost he's feels too big for this role. I'm going Alec Baldwin.
Damn it! That's who I had.
Yeah.
Damn it! All right.
So we're blowing out our budget for Walter on this one.
So, getting at the exasperated anger, but can also has like a good sense of humor. I've got J.K. Simmons.
Oh,
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And depending on the age of the buddy.
Yeah.
The exasperated Jason Bateman is who I want as the dad.
Yeah.
You got to have a slightly younger buddy.
That's
but
what I
it's
mean.
Fine.
Right, right.
It's fine.
But he's, 53 now? So you get a 22-year-old, even 29-year-old. It could be like that teenager situation.
I've got Alec Baldwin, who's in his early to mid-60s, and I've got my buddies are all like almost 50. So,
yeah.
Whatever.
I have a couple of others that I'm too embarrassed to say.
Hold those for
we'll save it.
The bonus round.
We'll save it.
Okay, Al, why don't you kick it back off with your Emily, Walter's wife, if you have any.
Yeah. So we'd have to mix and match because I had Alec Baldwin. So I've got Diane Lane Julianne Moore.
Yeah.
And then I think the one that I like the most is Lisa Kudrow.
Damn it!
That's good.
She was my last. The last one I wrote down, but I think was my favorite for this one.
Yep.
All right. I'll go since I just gave that one up. Lisa Kudrow, I think, might have been my number one.
Yeah.
These other two are a toss-up. Sandra Bullock as my Emily.
Okay.
Or Marissa Tomei. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a Favreau. Yeah. You can get kind of your...
I got my Spider-Man, Favreau. He's, again, diving into his little black book there and calling whoever he knows. Yeah.
All right.
I also had Diane Lane, but then also Julia Roberts.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good one, too.
Big budget.
Yeah, we're making this movie work, man.
All right. I like it.
We got to get butts and seats.
Yeah.
What?
Nothing. I'm just... there's... Depending on which character you're picking next, it might be one that I feel stronger about.
Santa.
Yes. Okay.
Eric, why don't you, if you have a Santa, throw one out.
Yeah, I got one Santa that I'll say.
That's all right. I've got two.
Jason Alexander.
Oh.
That's awesome. I like when we bring up people we don't often bring up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a good one. Okay. I'm going to go because you apparently have something cooking over there. So Santa, we're going to tap the director and do a Jon Favreau as our Santa.
Oh, all right.
He's making a cameo in his own movie.
Interesting.
But I think my number one is Jack Black.
Oh. I thought about him for a split second.
Yeah, I like a Jack Black Santa in this one.
So there really, in my mind, is only one person that should be playing this Santa that has to have kind of a serious edge to him, but has like a kind underbelly to them, right? Nick Offerman.
Oh,
yeah, that's real good.
That's a good Santa. Yeah.
And he's got a beard, so like he's already like halfway there.
The Jack Black thing,
Right,
I'm like,
right.
It's salt and pepper already. So, Papa Elf.
Yep.
This is the one that's this is my favorite pick that I came up with.
I'm crossing out my third one. So
Okay.
Doesn't matter. We will hold Eric to last because he has his favorite.
I'm really excited about it.
Ooh.
I have two. The first one I thought of all these characters, the first one I thought of does not mean it's the best, but for some reason I wanted to get this guy in this movie. Papa Elf, inexplicably, is Christopher Walken.
Oh! What?
I know.
Wow.
I don't know, but I want like a weird delivery.
Well, you're going to get it.
Yeah.
Wow.
He definitely checks that box.
So he is my backup.
Okay.
My number one that I think actually does it is Larry David.
Oh.
Papa Elf, Larry David.
Oh,
him being sort of
my gosh.
a little
that is
frustrated
hilarious.
with
Yes.
Buddy.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
yeah,
gosh. That's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
All right, Al.
All right. So I'm not sure that I even like this actor, but when I was thinking about, because there's narration that happens, so I was thinking about the voice, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, then I like Walken even more.
Yeah.
So I've got Kelsey Grammer doing thinking about the voiceover, but the person I want in it, and knowing that elves they don't
Jolly?
age.
Oh.
No, their age is a little bit of a mystery. I don't know why, but I like Martin Freeman as the Papa Elf.
Okay.
Bilbo Baggins? No.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Wow.
Lord of the Rings.
We are coming back.
Or Marvel was where I picked
Yeah.
it up from.
Yeah.
The Jon Favreau connection.
That's good. I like Martin Freeman. Yeah. Eric, do you have just one, or you?
I just have one. I came with this one, and
that's it.
I stopped.
That's all you need.
Yeah, the sort of the elder and very kind and soft-spoken, not too unlike Bob Newhart in the same way, but maybe slightly different. But Henry Winkler.
Oh. Oh, that's a good one.
That's good.
That's good. That's really good. Oh, he should be cast in a lot of things. That's good. That's really good.
You could have Bill Hader as Buddy, and then
Right, I know.
You know,
I know.
Yeah.
That's good. All right, Al, throw out your insanity that you have for whoever.
All right, so I'm going to go rapid fire. I have only one, like I have 4 people in small parts that when I saw them, I'm like, this is who would play them.
Mm-hmm.
The Store Santa, where you sit on a throne of flies.
Artie Lang played it.
Jimmy Kimmel.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay.
The receptionist that is currently Amy Sedaris is Kate McKinnon.
I almost put her at like young Kate McKinnon for Jovi.
Oh yeah.
She's a little too edgy for Jovi.
Yeah.
But yeah.
The doctor, because I thought it was also funny, would be Neil Patrick Harris, but dealing with Buddy and the which was the Jon Favreau cameo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But the one that I love, the store manager, is Leslie Jones. I was watching that scene today and that exchange, and I just put her in on that dialogue, and I was like, it's perfect. Mm-hmm. It's perfect. Mm-hmm. The backing away slowly while you're still giving the announcement, you're giving the death stare to Buddy, like, it's perfect.
I tried to do...
There were definitely people that I wrote their names down thinking they need to be in the movie.
Yeah, yeah.
And where would they go? Leslie Jones was one. But then I saw the part, and I'm like, that's it.
I was trying to get Bert Kreischer in this movie at some point.
He could have been Santa.
And then I'm like, no, I don't know.
He could have been the fake Santa.
Yeah. I thought about doing a cast swap with the cast of Atlanta and doing Donald Glover as Buddy, and I couldn't make it work.
No.
No, it's not right. There's parts of it that work. Mm-hmm. But yeah. All right. Memorable scenes and quotable lines. The entire movie, everything Buddy says is a quote.
Right.
Right? I mean,
pretty much, yeah. There are so many that we say throughout the year.
Did you hear that?
Of course.
Did you hear that?
Yep. Smiling's my favorite.
Why are you smiling like that?
I just like to smile. Smiling's my favorite.
Yeah. Son of a nutcracker.
Yep.
That's always a good one.
Son of a nutcracker.
Then yes. I love that.
What is that? The button on what quote? What's he saying?
Is there sugar and syrup?
Yes, is there sugar and syrup?
Yeah.
And yes. I like the throwaway very purpley.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like your outfit very purpley.
I'm in a store and I'm singing.
Yes. Very sucky.
Ooh, very sucky.
Francisco.
Well, Francisco is a good one.
Francisco's great. I wrote that
it's
one
a
down.
good one. We talked about it before, but the jumping into the tree is fantastic. Mm-hmm. The timing of everything that happens in that sequence is good.
I always get a kick out of the fruit spray. He's like, "Ooh, fruit spray," and his reaction is 100% just a toddler freaking out.
It's dead on. Yeah. It's perfect.
I like. Does somebody need the hug with the raccoon?
Yeah. Or getting charged by Peter Dinklage.
Yeah.
Look at you! It's my favorite.
He's an angry elf.
Oh my god, so good.
Thanks, Mr. Narwhal.
Oh yes, the store manager. The look is so good.
That whole
the whole scene with him is so. Anything with him in it and how he interacts with Buddy is fabulous.
You did it! Congratulations, world's best cup of coffee. Great job, everybody. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's so.
I like to smile. Smiling's my favorite.
Smiling's my favorite.
You sit on the throne of lies.
Yes.
That was your one.
Mm-hmm.
And then we snuggle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which I will invariably say, like, if there are, like, a list of things that need to be done, I'll say, like, the list of things to the boys, and then I'll say, and then we snuggle. We have to do this, we have to do the dishes, we gotta do this, we gotta do this, and then we snuggle.
Santa! Oh my God, Santa's coming!
Oh my God.
I know him!
I know him! Yeah. That is a good one.
Yeah.
I know him.
Okay, people, tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., Santa's coming to town.
Santa! Oh my God! Santa here? I know him.
Like, he's just so, like, I know him. Oh my God. The whole movie is fantastic. Him going in that revolving door and giving the instructions on how to do it is fantastic.
Going up the escalator.
Oh, going up the escalator. Yep.
The splits.
I know most of this, if not all of it, but most of this was written down. There was a script. I imagine a lot of this is Will Farrell tweaking or on the day, Jon Favreau tweaking and just letting him roll.
I think I saw that they did 1 or 2 takes with the original script, and then they would do a bunch of kind of ad libs.
I know. I'd like to see like what was what.
Yeah.
Because so much of this feels like Will Farrell.
Yeah.
What would you want to see in a sequel if there were to be one?
I don't
Or
want
would you
one.
want to see a sequel?
I do not want to see a sequel.
I don't either.
I think it's wrapped up tightly in a nice little bow. Anything else is going to pale in comparison and will always be a disappointment, and I think will take away from the original.
Will Farrell turned down $29 million to be in a sequel in 2014.
See? He knows.
Yeah.
He knows.
I think he's asked about it like every couple of years, and he's like, yeah, I'm not doing it.
Yeah. That's correct. I think that's correct.
That's the right call.
You can only fuck it up.
Yeah. Yes. It will go down.
All right. The how much are they worth game.
All right.
And now, let's play the How Much Are They Worth game.
Oh boy.
We could swap out one of these people for somebody else if need be, but I have Ed Asner, James Caan, Zooey Deschanel, Will Farrell, and Jon Favreau.
I would get rid of Ed Asner or James Caan, who are both deceased.
Oh.
And you could put Mary Steenburgen.
I thought about her. Ed Asner was a stretch. Because he was Santa, I put him in there.
And then Jon Favreau. So who are we getting rid of? Ed
Asner, putting in Steenburgen.
Mary.
So, let's start with Mary Steenburgen.
Okay. Do I have my phone?
This is going to be tricky.
Academy Award winner Mary Steenburgen. I always forget that.
What did she get it for?
I know it's something I haven't seen, but
how did you not bring your phone down?
I don't know. It's probably up on the counter somewhere.
1981 Best Actress in a Supporting Role for Melvin and Howard.
I don't know that name. I mean, that movie at all.
Yeah, I have not seen it.
Okay.
117 acting credits. 5 producer credits.
Yeah, this is she's been in a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
I wonder, this is one of those deals like when celebrities are married to each other, does their how does that affect
Who's she married to?
Ted Danson.
Are they?
They are. Oh, are they
Ted
still
Danson.
married?
They are still married.
Oh, I know. And she used to be married to Malcolm McDowell.
Interesting.
So I don't know how that all works together.
Okay.
And does she get Ted Danson's Cheers money? Does he get her Back to the Future money?
Did she get Malcolm McDowell's
I've
Clockwork Orange money? I don't know where. She could be anywhere. Gotta look at her deal here. Blah, 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 blah.
117 acting credits going back to...
I don't know with her.
Back how far?
All right, I wrote down a number.
I have a number. Eric, give us yours. What do you think for Mary Lou?
I'll say 20 million.
20. Al, what do you have?
I had 24.
I had 30.
Ooh.
Mary Steenburgen. Oh. This site has gotten weird. Yes. Oh. Mary Steenburgen is an American actress who has a net worth of... It even tells us how we got screwed.
Wow.
Mary Steenburgen has a net worth of $80 million.
Whoa.
Wow.
That is a combined net worth with her husband of several decades, fellow actor Ted Danson.
Damn it. So I guess Brendan gets it?
Yeah, I get it by default.
Ew.
James, don't call me Jimmy Caan.
Caan. He's been in a couple of things, right?
Honeymoon in Vegas.
Bottle Rocket. Misery.
Oh, yeah.
Misery's awesome.
Ooh, Rollerball.
Rollerball. Thief.
Undercover Grandpa.
Thief is a great movie. Rollerball.
Wrigley.
Godfather.
He's been in a lot of crap.
Yeah.
136 acting credits.
Played
Alien Nation.
That's
he played
right.
the jalapeno in The Annoying Orange.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff here that you've never seen or heard of. Mickey Blue Eyes, there's one. News Radio, he played James Caan. Bottle Rocket. Okay, this guy.
Okay.
You really got to go back to the 80s with this guy. 70s as well, of course, but fucking hell. I don't know. I want to... I don't like this number. Do you think you have one in your head, Eric?
I have a number.
Al, what's your number?
64 million.
Fuck. Eric, what do you got?
50.
I put 20.
Ooh.
Jimmy Caan and his shoulders. One of us hit it on the head.
Whoa.
James Caan was an American actor who had a net worth of $20 million.
What?
Oh.
At the time of his death in July of 2022.
Yeah. It feels like he would not have choices.
He's divorced 3 times.
Oh, fudge!
Actually, I take that back 4 times.
Dang it! That's my problem. He probably earned $64 million.
Yeah. I didn't take that into account until after you said it.
Divide it up.
Yeah.
Dang it.
All right. Zooey.
3 of them were after
Deschanel.
The Godfather.
Yeah. I wonder if, I guess he got points with The Godfather, I'm assuming. He had enough of a name to do that. Zooey Deschanel. She got that New Girl money.
Yeah.
And that elf money, whatever comes out of that.
Yeah.
500 Days of Summer. Yes, man.
Considering we all know who she is pretty well, she's got like a thin sort of career here.
65 acting credits.
I mean, she's working.
Guide to the Galaxy.
That's right. Like, she's definitely a worker, but like, there's not a lot of stuff that I know about or even heard about. She was Jen in Frasier.
She was Anita Miller in Almost Famous.
Yes, I was supposed to say Almost Famous.
Yeah. All right. Eric, do you have a number in your head? Mine's written down.
I got mine written down.
Okay.
I've got 10 million.
Ooh.
Al?
16.
Eric?
25.
Ooh.
All right. Zooey Deschanel. Zoe with 2 O's, which always throws me off. Making me click through it. We have another winner.
Oh.
Winner, double winner. Zooey Deschanel has a net worth of $25 million.
Whoa!
Eric gets it.
146 episodes of New Girl.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have thought it would have done well at the beginning.
They particularly call out her salary as $125,000 per episode. But per episode of what? It doesn't say that. I know, but that show's been off the air for how long?
Syndication.
I know, I'm just saying.
Syndication, that's where she'd really be making money. Assuming she got... It went off the air in 2018. But assuming she gets points on syndication, then yeah, she's still cleaning out
Man.
But I think that stopped at some point.
I gotta get on the board.
Okay, Eric gets a double whammy. It's 3-2.
All right.
William Farrell. I feel like he has a lot of stuff happening in the background with, or used to, with Adam McKay.
79 producer credits.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
39 of them are upcoming, though. Upcoming projects.
Jesus
listed.
Christ. Oh, okay.
And more than 30 of those are just ideas that are in development.
Yeah.
Did you watch The Shrink Next Door?
Not really.
I did not. But it's stuff listed here as like untitled Ben Short's Seth Rogen Adam McKay project or untitled Will Farrell Jason Momoa project.
He's got Quiz Lady coming up. Succession. He's a producer on Succession.
He produced Hustlers? Huh.
May, December, Theater Camp, Dead to Me,
Booksmart.
Spirited. These are all recent. The Menu.
He was a producer on Vice.
The Shrink Next Door. He was a producer.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. This guy.
Eastbound and Down. Producer. Were they getting money for Funny and Die? Funny or Die? Yeah,
sure.
Sorry.
I mean, I don't know.
He's executive producer for Between Two Ferns.
I got her number.
I got one, too.
Okay. Eric, give me your number for Will Farrell.
Based on the number of these producer credits, I'm going to go with 125.
125. Al?
I have 175.
I have 101.
Dude.
Yeah, he's been a producer in everything he's done since Talladega Nights.
You know, I feel like it could be insane or it could be, low. So I split the difference.
It's the Ass and Balls show. Producer, 2008.
Fucking quality right there. Will Farrell is an American comedian, actor, and writer who has a net worth of $160 million. Allison gets it.
On the board.
Finally.
So it is 3-2 to 1.
Aw. John Favreau.
Favreau. So Eric needs to get it to tie or nail it to win, and Allison needs to nail it to tie.
Yep.
Okay. John Favreau? John Favreau. This one is the hardest one.
Oh, he's got all of these. He's got the fucking Mandalorian.
He's got crazy Disney money.
Yeah.
He's like...
The remake of The Lion King, the remake of The Jungle Book.
He's Mr. Disney.
Yeah.
Executive producer of the Avengers Endgame and Infinity War.
He's got a lot of MCU producer credits.
Yeah. He's like the Kevin Feige for Disney's, Disney Plus at least.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I mean, he's got like producer credits for all the Avengers movies.
What if they change the name from Disney to Favreau? It's no longer Walt Disney's.
For the 100th anniversary, they're retiring the name.
Yeah. John Favreau land. No. This could be a big number.
All right, I wrote down a number. Can't believe I wrote it down, but I wrote it. He was in 6 episodes of Friends.
Yes. He played...
That's what you called out. I love it.
Yeah.
I don't recall. I mean, I barely watched that show.
He was like a young Bill Gates type that dated Monica.
Oh, okay.
And that he was like the richest man in the world, and then decided he wanted to be a UFC fighter.
Oh,
and
right.
He was just getting his ass kicked.
Oh, my God. Brendan, one of our unpopular favorite movies, PCU, he plays Gutter.
Yeah, he does.
That's right.
Did you write yours down, Al?
I did.
Eric, what is your John Favreau number for his net worth?
I'm going to say $225 million.
I had 220.
220 for Al?
I kind of prices righted you there, I think.
I had 279.
Oof.
Favreau.
So.
Oh. John Favreau is an American actor, director, screenwriter, voiceover artist, and producer who has a net worth of $200 million.
Woo!
So, I win 3-2 to 2.
Wow.
That's got to be the closest.
That's definitely the closest.
I feel like usually somebody runs away with it, and somebody's shut out.
We've had runoffs, but it's like the two people will be big, and one person gets a 0. Yeah.
Man, I came in at the end.
Yeah.
I started taking this game seriously. Got the last 2.
Jon Favreau.
Good for him.
I'm kind of surprised that it's that low.
The guy who played Gutter in PCU is worth $200 million. Good for him.
Yeah. The dope who couldn't leave that voicemail message alone.
Oh my
in,
God.
Swingers.
Watching Liam watch that part of the movie, he was like cringing. Like, oh my God, just stop. It's so good.
So, to wrap up, Elf. Great movie, Christmas classic. It's got to be watched every year. At least
a couple times. Yep.
And it's available. You can't escape it if you even tried.
It will be everywhere for the next 6 weeks.
Well, what's cool is that you can, like, almost any age watch it, too.
Yeah.
Which
definitely.
you can't necessarily with all, like, some of the more, like, Christmas Vacation. Like, there's elements of that, like, the language or whatever. Like, this doesn't have any language issues or... No. It's good.
It's great. I'm glad we watched it now. So I don't have to sit down and watch it later when it's on a loop for the next 6 weeks.
It'll just be on in the background.
Yeah. It's great. It holds up. Will Farrell's perfect casting.
Yes. It was created for him for sure.
Can't beat it.